We are the nerds of a nation. We are the nerds of a nation. We are. One Piece, Chapter 31, Truth.
Well, hello, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, whether you like it or not, am Jim, here to bring you another review on the epic and grandiose tale of One Piece. So, the last chapter was pretty action-packed, start to finish, but ultimately we were left off at the end of that chapter with Klahadore, who is secretly the Captain Kuro, sneaking off of the estate, wondering where the hell his Black Cat pirates are. They were supposed to raid at dawn. He's become impatient, waiting for them for the last several hours. And one of Usopp's little minions had seen him sneak off down towards the beach. So, without further ado, we'll get into the chapter. This chapter opens up with Mistress Kaya actually thrashing around in her sleep, having a bad dream. She dreams that Usopp is attacking her, and he's saying things like, "This is for disgracing my heritage as a great pirate," and she wakes up as he's lunging at her with a sword. And she's, kind of in a cold sweat, and she's sitting there talking to herself, saying, why would he have done that? And she's thinking of, what he had done the day before and how he was just so amped up and tried to grab her and everything else. So she winds up then, getting up and going out of her room. And let's not forget, too, that she's sick. We don't know what she's sick with, but she's been sick for a year, so she's not exactly super mobile. She's not running any marathons or anything like that, so she can't even really run down to the store. That's why she's got servants for those sort of things. So I guess those are the privileges of having some money. I wouldn't know. But when I'm sick, I still run down to the store. But we wind up then going and seeing her, walking around the mansion. She's calling out to Klahadore, and he's not answering. Of course, he's left. And she then goes in and bursts into the kitchen or whatever room it was that Klahadore had stabbed the other servant last night when he, saw him stepping on the glasses that Mistress Kaya had got for Klahadore. So she goes over and checks on him. Apparently, this servant's name is Mary, spelled Merry, so like Merry Christmas. And she goes over to him, and this servant is still alive, believe it or not, even though he was stabbed hours ago. So she's able to kind of, shake him awake there, resuscitate him, bring him out of the half consciousness that he's in. And she says, "Who did this to you?" And he says, "Klahadore," and Klahadore did it, Miss Kaya. And she says, "Klahadore, why would he have done that?" And he says, "No, he's a pirate." And so then it starts setting in, and she goes, "Oh my God, so are you serious? None of us believed him, but Usopp was right. He was really telling the truth, and he was really he was risking, what a brave person. He was risking his life to try to save me from this evil man." And so there's some of the guilt sets in, and the remorse and self-doubt. And Mary says, he says, "Yes, there is. Yeah, absolutely. He's a pirate, so he's not a good one either." So this is, as a matter of fact, this chapter I had to go look just to see, but it's aptly named Truth, and it's good that it's called that, because it makes a lot of sense. This is where finally the truth has come out, at least to her, and it's evident. So Mary tells her and says, "Listen, you're the only one that can stop him. The whole village is in danger. Kind of like, listen, I know you're sick, but you got to get your shit together and get your show on the road." So she does. She gets up and she starts walking out of the house, and the three minions, Onion, Pepper, and Carrot. Onion was the one who had seen Klahadore hours before, we presume, leaving the estate to go towards the beach. And they're all having a little meeting, and it all doesn't really add up to them. They're like, I think that maybe Usopp was lying about lying. He seemed like extra weird yesterday and everything else. And so they're starting to put two and two together and realize that, he really was just lying for whatever reason, to protect them, to keep them out of harm's way. But that ultimately they believe there is a pirate attack, an imminent pirate attack on the village. So then it goes and it flashes back to, of course, Luffy has, from the chapter prior, he has been knocked unconscious by the mast that fell on top of him after Django put him to sleep again. and he's now called the Meowban Brothers, which are the guardians of the ship, the guards of the Black Cat pirate ship. So we go back to them, and Zoro is has come down, and he's basically ready to fight whatever or whoever's gonna come out. And Django calls them out, and we are now introduced formally to the Meowban Brothers. And their names, as a matter of fact, are I wanted to make sure I pronounce these right. Well, Butchie is an easy one. The other one is Siam. So Siam and Butchie, one is giant. Butchie's this big kind of rotund, fat one, and they both look like these circus performers, I guess. I know they're dressed up like cats, basically. So I guess where the Meowban Brothers comes in. Siam is taller and thinner, and claw-like fingers, and so they wind up jumping down, and they're talking to the captain. They're like, "Hey, Captain, we don't get involved in any of these fights. We're here to protect the ship." And Django says, "No, you need to see those people up there. You need to get them out of the way and clear them." And they're going, but they look mean. So now Luffy and Nami and Usopp are, at the top of the hill going, "Really? Are you kidding me? These guys look scared, So Django instructs Siam, the taller, thin one, he says, go and get that swordsman. Attack that swordsman right now." And he's not happy about it, He's basically crying. He doesn't want to go. So he winds up then going and starting to charge towards Zoro. And Zoro's basically like, "You damn fool. You keep charging like that, I'm going to cut your damn head off, And so Siam says, "Oh, you sure about that?" And the next scene, they clash, and Siam, he pulls out his claws, he grabs his sword, and he's actually a formidable foe. And, he reveals that, "Hey, listen, we were just fooling you. We're just basically trying to get you to drop your defense and think that we were nothing more than a couple of jokes you could pass up. But, we're the ones you got to get past." So they wind up, tussling there for a couple of panels, pages, what have you. And then all of a sudden it pulls back, and Zoro's got one of his 3 swords in his hand, and Nami says, "Your swords," and he looks and he says, "Oh, damn," looks over, and Siam has stolen his 2 swords, right, with their sheaths and everything. And so Django says, "Oh man, because Zoro is this master swordsman, this demon, this pirate hunter, this god amongst men." And it's like, wow, he got his swords. Django comments on that, and then Butchie says, he goes, "Well, of course, because my brother is a cat burglar." So a little bit of cheeseball humor there, but still funny nonetheless. And ultimately another fairly action-packed chapter. I mean, once it gets into it, that's really all it is. It's a lot of action that's going on over here. Zoro is pretty much screwed now because he now only has one of his 3 swords. And it looks like Butchie and Siam are in good control of being able to, with Luffy down, Zoro of course almost weaponless, and Usopp is still hurt, and Nami's not a real huge threat. It's looking like the tides are turning, in the favor or against our heroes and in the favor of the Black Cat pirates. So let me know what you think, brothers and sisters, and leave comments down below. Throw me a like if you feel it's deserved, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm looking forward to catching you in the next one.
Thank you, brothers and sisters, as always, for watching my videos, subscribing, liking, commenting. Feel free to take a look at some of the other videos that I have up here, and subscribe if you haven't already. Spread the word and bring others into the Nerd Nation, and we'll catch you in the next one.